What's the meanest thing a doctor or nurse has said to you? A few years ago, I was really sick. I kept getting UTIs like 2 or 3 times a month. I had gone to doctors who had dismissed me as having too much intimacy or that I didn't clean myself well after the bathroom. Neither was the case. I eventually landed at urgent care again on a Friday evening in tears because I had yet again another UTI. Thankfully, the doctor was nice that night and she sent me home with antibiotics. But something was wrong. A few days later, my right side was hurting and the antibiotics weren't helping like they should have. The urgent care doctor called and said she had made me an appointment with a urologist in town. He was the only one available on short notice. My cultures had come back positive with a strain of E. coli called Espel. It was resistant to all oral antibiotics, and I needed to see a urologist ASAP. So I went to the urologist, and I was emotional because I was scared. They made me do another sample, and after I tell the doctor why kidney really hurts, he told me to stop being hysterical. That the urgent care doctor didn't know what she was talking about and I didn't have an infection. I just needed to go on a diet and lose some weight. He even referred me to a psychiatrist. Well freaked out, I went home, and my boyfriend took me to the where all they could do was refer me to an outpatient clinic for a 7-day course of shots for an antibiotic called intense. I went got the shots and kind of felt better, but something was still off. 1 week after finishing the shots, my boyfriend says he rolled to hug him and I burned him. My fever was so high I wasn't fully responsive. He grabbed me and drove me to the hospital. Turns out the shots only masked my symptoms, didn't cure me. I was now septic with a super-resistant strain of bacteria. The doctors had a hard time bringing down my fever, which was 105 when I got to the I don't remember because I didn't wake up for 5 days. By the time I woke up, I had several ids go bad and my veins were shot from the infection. I had to get a PICC line. I lost 30 pounds in a month and spent most of that in hospital. I recovered, but not before I lost some function in my right kidney. All because I had a doctor that was a total butt. I now have PTSD from the experience. And it turns out my estrogen was low, which is why I was getting the infections in the first place. But no one tested my hormones because I was in my 20s and too young for that test.